Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. I do really understand that it has been ages since we last posted a video, but we've had so much on, which I'll get on to in like a minute. But I just wanted to make like a bit of a video just kind of like explaining how this year's gone and like, you know, what we've done and everything like that. It's not really the end of 2025 yet. We've still got the whole of December and a bit of November left. Hopefully this video will be getting out to you the day that I'm editing this and the day that I am basically filming this right now. Fingers crossed. If not, it will be probably tomorrow, which is going to be a Sunday. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to make today's video just to catch you guys all up, because on all of our other videos, so the riding videos with Spirit, me on Big Spirit and my mum on Little Spirit, the riding videos on my auntie's horses and me riding Gala, and we've mostly been posting those this year. A lot of the stuff we can't really film because, like, I'm getting my glasses. You can't really film a YouTube video inside Specsavers. Yeah, then like the other things, like I can't film in school. You're not allowed your phones in school. So, you know, I couldn't really do like a day in the life of me, my first day of year 7, that sort of thing. So I'm just going to kind of like go over in today's video what you guys are basically, what you have missed out on, because I know in like the riding videos, in the intros, I like really quickly 5 minutes explain what's happened recently. One day I'm definitely gonna do like a behind the scenes thing, like maybe us riding and like another thing. I have had a sore throat this morning, so excuse me if I cough or like I get a random voice crack here and there. I've had it so much recently and it's just been so annoying. But yeah, that's going off topic now. Yeah, so the purpose of today's video is just to update you guys. So let's get into it. So yeah, I would have used my mic for today's video, like a little clip-on mic, you like clip on by here. But it's currently charging and I think it might be broken because it usually, an orange light usually comes on and starts flashing when it's charging. But I've checked the cable's plugged in, it's switched on. We haven't had a power cut because all of the other electrical devices and this lamp here, they're all on. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that for a little bit to see if it does actually work, and then I'll try it in like 10 minutes and see how it is. Okay, so the first section I'm going to talk about in today's video is literally just the channel, right? So I'm going to go like right back to the beginning, when I decided and said to my mum, can we like create our own YouTube channel and like post videos, because I wanted a horse.
What did he say?
Now, this may sound like really ambitious, right? But like, we're not even at 500 subscribers yet. So basically, my mum put on Facebook, does anybody want their horses being ridden, or like does anybody want someone to ride with, because we're available. And this lady reached out to my mum and said to her, oh yeah, I've got 3. I've got one little pony called Cookie, one sort of 14 hands-ish pony called Spirit, and another bigger one, another bigger X-race horse called Big Spirit. But yeah, and so the first time I ever went to ride Cookie, I remember I was wearing this tie-dye t-shirt. Yeah, so I dyed it, I did the tie-dye myself and everything, and I wore that with like beige doubling joppers. And I got on him. I remember my position was like this, or not even that, like I held my reins like this. I mean, you are kind of supposed to hold your reins like that, but now I kind of just go like that because I'm like chill. But yeah, so I had my reins like that, and my reins like up in the air, and I have my elbows straight like that riding, or my elbows like that, which is like the no-go. But yeah, and so we just went down like a little quick hack down the lanes, and I probably had the best time of my life, and I was like, that was so fun, can we go again? I said that to my mum after, and she was like, yes, definitely. So yeah, that's where it started, and me and Cookie kind of grew a bond over like 3.5 years of me riding him, which is quite insane to think about. I absolutely loved him. And then for ages after that, we were having like loads of hacks down the lanes. My position improved so much, because every weekend I would like really look forward to riding Cookie, and I was like, are we riding Cookie and Little Spirit this weekend? My mum riding Little Spirit. Definitely not me riding Little Spirit. I wouldn't ride him now. But yeah, my mum was like, yes, we are, and I'd be like, yes. And then I put all of my like horse riding stuff out on my chair like for the next day. Then I'd wake up, get ready, all in my stuff, and then go and see the boys. It was like really, really nice. Yeah, and then I started cantering Cookie, which was like, it was very different to riding school, because the riding school ponies were bouncy, but they weren't fast. Cookie was bouncy and fast, so I had to try and get used to that. And there's like a grass verge kind of like opposite the stables and field that they kept in. And I used to have a little canter down there every time we come back from the ride, if the ground was all right. And yeah, I like really enjoyed it. We got to the point as well where me and my mum were riding on our own. My mum riding Little Spirit and me riding Cookie. And this was kind of when I had a bit more like horse riding stuff. Like I had my body protector, I had like my Lemur stuff, and matching saddle pad, matchy with me and Cookie. And he looked gorgeous every time we rode, and I was like, yes, he looks brilliant. But yeah, so we got to this point where me and my mum were riding in the woods, and my mum was like, why don't you have a canter on him? So my mum went ahead, I went back and turned him around. So let's say she was like here, and me and Cookie, I was like turning him around sort of in quite a narrow part where the trees are, but then it went like quite wide, like a sort of mud path kind of, but it wasn't like squelchy. Yeah, and then I asked him to canter. Well, I didn't even ask him, I kind of just went, and then he just went whee, and full on sped past my mum, and I was like, whoa. That was my first ever gallop on him, and it was supposed to be a canter, so it wasn't even like intentional, or I don't even know if that makes sense, but it wasn't on purpose. I didn't mean to gallop, I meant to canter, but it was just like, yes, we're galloping, let's go. But yeah, that was like really fun, because I remember on the audio, because I was doing the GoPro at the time, I'll insert a bit of like a video of me galloping on him. But yeah, the GoPro was filming, and all you can hear is me going wee wee wee, because I was like, oh my god, yes, this is so fun. Yeah, I'll insert that now.
Oi. Whee! Woo wee! Steady.
But yeah, so me and Cookie grew a massive bond together. Then we started having lessons together as well in our, well, not in our arena, but my mum's friends, or the lady that owns them, her friend's arena, we used to hire out for an hour so I could have a lesson on Cookie. Peace would have 15 minutes because he was on the lead rein still, and then I'd have the other 45 minutes on him. And I got a lot better of the canter, and I'm gonna be honest, I'll insert a couple like videos and pictures of us like in the arena. We mostly did flat work, to be honest. We didn't really do like anything fancy like bending poles or whatever, because I just fancy just doing a bit of flat work. Like, I'm not like anything special. Yeah, one time, the first time I ever fell off, and yeah, so I meant to canter him. So I got the arena here. I cantered him I asked him to canter in the corner down by A, and then he went round, and then I tried to turn him in to do a 20-meter circle, but I turned him in too tight, and there were all barrels and poles in the middle. And then he was like, oh, that's too tight, I can't go that way. Boom! The other way. I lost my balance, my feet come out my stirrups, and I was kind of just like holding on for dear life, like, oh god, please stop. And there was like probably about a meter jump in front of us, and I was like, oh my god, don't jump it, don't jump it, don't jump it. And you know, I kind of just stopped riding him because I was like too busy trying to like hold on to him. And then I was like, oh, okay, we're going towards that. Then he went towards it, not almost jumped it, almost sort of got to the point where you'd usually take off. Then he was like, oh, that's too big, stop, bang, canter to halt. And I went straight over his head and landed in front of him. Luckily not on the jump, but I landed like straight in front of him. And I was a bit like shocked. I was like, whoa. I've just fallen off for the first time ever. And I kind of got winded a bit as well, to be honest, because I kind of got up and I was like, whoa. And yeah, that was the first time I ever fell off. After that, like, I felt like I really improved. Like, I knew where I went wrong, and you know, we just improved in general. We started doing a lot more pole work, like building up his fitness and like making him making me start to control him more, because that time he was kind of just like, woo. He has his moments, Cookie does. And then I had quite a few lessons with my instructor after that, and then I had a lesson with my mum like back in April now. And yeah, so April 2025, I had a lesson with my mum. I got him in a really nice canter at one point. Like, he wasn't speeding off, it wasn't really slow, it was like really nice, and I was really proud of him actually. Yeah, then after that my mum put a little jump up for us. It wasn't really anything, it was kind of just like that much off the floor, and only a cross pull. And I was just like, okay, this will be fine for him, like he's just gonna step over it. But I'd done jumping once before that, and that was in my riding school, sort of like, not a boot camp, but like a pony camp or pony day or whatever. You didn't stay overnight, but you got to ride one of their ponies and kind of like look after it for a day. Own a pony day, that's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, and I jumped once before in that. It was only that much off the ground, and I didn't even jump over it, I just stepped over it. But yeah, so my mum put the jump up, and the first time he jumped it, he flew a bit over it, but he didn't like, woo, like straight over the top of it. I felt him sort of like tense up a bit before, so I was just like, okay, alright mate, just like, you know, calm down. And yeah, so then I was supposed to trot over it. He kind of just went, woo, we're jumping. And the jump was, like I said, about that high. He probably jumped about a foot over it. But yeah, so that kind of threw me a bit. So I kind of just went like that when landing, because I was like, whoa, okay, he's a bit powerful when jumping, because I'd never jumped him before. And I was like really impressed with him, because I stopped in cantering after the jump, and he was really, really good. I got some really cute photos of him just stood there like, I'm pretty, you love me so much. Yeah, and then the part where I fell off, this is probably the worst fall I had. I've only had 2 falls ever, right? This is probably the worst one out of the 2. So, like, he was getting a bit hyped up, and, like, he tried to do a stride of canter every time I did a 20-meter circle with him, because I wanted to get a nice trot with him first, so he didn't just speed off and, like, you know, ruin it. But yeah, and so I did a few 20-meter circles with him before, and then went towards the jump. I only got this on portrait, so like that way, because my mum was trying to take some nice photos, and luckily it was a live photo, so then I turned it into a video, because you can save live photos as videos. And then it was just him flying probably about 2 foot over this fence, like that big, right? And literally absolutely flew over it, high speed. And I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be it. This is absolutely gonna be it. And then, of course, I lost my balance because I wasn't expecting him to absolutely, like, zoom over it. I knew he'd be excited, but, I mean, he'd done it nicely before and I didn't fall off, right? So I went right over his head, on the floor in front of him, his hoof. I got this on GoPro as well, so you got 2 different POVs here. Right on the floor in front of him, he almost stood on me, right? And I was like, oh my god, this is where I'm gonna end up in hospital because a horse stands on my chest, right? I had my body protector on, so I had a bit of relief because of that. And yeah, on the GoPro, all you can see is this hoof coming towards you and then just about missing me. He didn't stand on me. He really made sure he didn't stand on me. And then I was like, I landed straight on my hip. And it was just then where he kind of like went over me that I realised how much pain I was actually in. And then I was like, oh my god, I can't get up. This is like really hurting. I was like crying because it was so bad. And I don't think you guys really know me that well when it comes to crying because I'm not really a crier. I never really cry, to be honest. I'm not like that sensitive. Then I was like, oh my god, I'm in so much pain. My mum is a nurse practitioner, advanced nurse practitioner, and she also used to work as a paramedic, but then she started a nurse practitioner job. And she's like, where's it hurting? And I was like, my hip. And she's like, right, well, quickly get up because he's going to stand on you. And then I looked up, and then Cookie was literally galloping around the whole arena at full speed. I was like, oh my god, it's rains. And because if you didn't know, if a horse gets their hoof through their reins, they could actually be put down for that. And because of like, I don't really know why, to be honest, but I just know that if they get a hoof through their reins, then they could be put down. And I was like, oh my god. And luckily the yard owner was out there and she ran out, went through the fence and luckily caught him before he got even worse. And I was just stood there crying because I was like, oh my god, I'm in so much pain. And then afterwards when I got home, I had this massive bruise on my left hip. I've been doing this the whole time. It wasn't my right hip, it was my left hip that I landed on. And yeah, I had massive bruise for like weeks and weeks on end from the fall because I literally hit the ground full force from probably about like 6 foot up in the air. But yeah, after that I kind of lost my confidence a bit, especially with like cantering. I found I haven't cantered much since then. But yeah, and then kind of like towards the end of me in year 6, so sort of like June, July-ish, he pulled his tendon, and I was like obviously really upset because I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to be able to ride him for like 6 weeks, not 6 weeks, 6 months. It's been a lot less than that because, you know, the owner's done like the really good like recovery stuff with him, like putting his leg in like ice water or whatever, and he hasn't been ridden by me since then. And there's also this other girl that rides him, and my mum said that she might be loaning him because her mum was talking about like maybe buying a horse. Yeah, so I was like really upset by that because one of the last times I ever rode him was kind of like a bad memory because I fell off, you know. Yeah, so I was like really upset by that, and I couldn't really think about Cookie not being with me because like I had such a strong bond with him, and I was like, oh no, I might never see him ever again. But then my mum said to me that they're not gonna loan him and they're gonna look to buy another horse. So I was like, oh thank goodness. I mean, you do have to move on, but I would have been like really upset if he did go. I mean, he is like 18, 19, so he's not old, but he's getting older. Yeah, and it was then that my mum told me that I'm probably never going to be able to ride him again, because I'm like I said, 5'3", 5'4", and like I'm like the size of my mum now basically, and the size of horses that I really should be riding are about 14 to like 15 hands, or like a bit bigger than that. That's the sort of size of horse that I should be riding at the moment. And like it's not like I'm really skinny either. I mean, like, got a bit of muscle there. So yeah, and it was a bit of a shock, to be honest, because I was like, oh no, I'm never going to be able to like jump him again, because after that I got a lot of confidence back on him, and I was just like, I think I can jump him again. I think I can, like, you know, start working my way up with him again after my fall and my confidence knock. So I was like, yeah, okay. And then it was my mum that told me that I couldn't ride him again, and I was like, oh no, I'm never going to be able to jump on him again. I probably wouldn't have been able to jump on him again anyway because of his tendon, and so that, you know, was unfortunate as well. But then my mum said, you're gonna ride Big Spirit now, and the owner's gonna, like, this was back when the owner led Cookie out whilst me and my mum went out. She did like a shorter route than us just to sort of build up his legs again, because he was only in like a field, and this is so squeaky. But yeah, and then me and my mum would go on like a bit of a longer ride. So yeah, that's kind of what we did. That's kind of what we were planning, and that is what we did. My first ride on Big Spirit, I'll insert a few videos and photos now, but it was like really nice. Like, my mum said he'd be really lazy, but he wasn't, to be honest. I mean, he's never been really lazy with me, like, riding school horses, because that's what I was expecting. Yeah, I was expecting him to be Speedy Gonzales. But I don't know why, to be honest. I think mostly because, like, you know, he's an ex-race horse. He raced, I don't know for how long, but he did race. So I was a bit nervous because of that, and I thought he'd be a bit like mental, you know, but he's not. He has the odd spook here and there, but you know, I'm fine with that. I've had plenty of experience with it with Cookie. So that's that kind of section kind of done. I'm still riding Big Spirit now. He's an absolute angel. Next section I'm going to talk about is my auntie's horses. So she has owned Splash de Clydesdale. I insert some photos of him now. She's owned him for like a few years now and kept him at a livery yard. And then she managed to get this sort of like barn and loads of, like, not loads of fields, but 2 massive fields. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna build some like wooden stables and then have some horses. So Splash went in one of the wooden stables, then she loaned this other horse called Gala, who is, I'm pretty sure she's an Andalusian or Lusitano. She's a Spanish horse, but I can't remember which one. Yeah, she is gorgeous. The first time I ever met her, I was like, oh my god, she could like actually be something here. But like, she does get very spooky a lot of days, and like, she's 16'2", 16'3". She's quite big for me. She seems sort of even bigger than Big Spirit, because I mean, it might just be because I ride Big Spirit more than her, but like, she seems way bigger than him. I'm not joking. But yeah, so I like have been riding her probably since like July or August now, and she's so cute. Like, she's gorgeous. And then there was this other horse that my auntie kept at her yard called Xena, but then she had this other horse coming in called Hugo. She didn't like own or loan Xena, but this other lady who was going to buy her. Yeah, so she paid my auntie to keep Xena at her stables, right? And yeah, Xena stayed there for like 2 months, like 1 or 2 months or something like that, and like she loved it, you know. She was the boss out of all of them, and you could really see that by the way she was in like the field and everything. You could just like really see it in her. But yeah, so my auntie then made the decision to loan this other horse who had basically hadn't been exercised in like ages and was left in a field. And that was kind of it, like as if he was retired. But he's not, like he's like 10 years old or something like that. I don't even know, to be honest. But yeah, so she was gonna loan him. And just before Xena went with this other lady who was paying my auntie to keep her there, my auntie actually brought Gala, so now she owns Gala and Splash. And then Hugo moved into Xena's old stable. And yeah, since then we've kind of just been trying, every time we go down, we've kind of just been like looking after his legs because he's got CPL. But if it doesn't get better, I'm not going to be able to ride him, because we were thinking he's a lot, like, not safer, but Gala can have her off days, you know. She gets very interesting, apparently, when she's having her off days. But Hugo is just apparently really sweet. He's strong, but like really sweet. I'm used to strong of Cookie as well, because I've been riding him for like 3.5 years. It's just still insane. But yeah, so we were thinking that I'd ride him once his legs are better, if they do get better. If they don't, I won't be able to ride him, and I'll still have to ride Gala. But my mum said that maybe I could do a lot more things with Hugo than Gala. If you jumped Gala, she'd probably go mad and jump out the arena fence. But apparently Hugo's really nice to ride. Yeah, so fingers crossed he gets better. If he doesn't, then at least he's still there. I mean, he's so sweet, bless him. At the moment, we're kind of just working on building up his weight a bit, because obviously he hasn't been ridden for like 18 months. So he's quite underweight, not really muscled. And of course, he's got CPL on his legs, because he's got like the massive feathers that sort of Clydesdales or like whatever, that sort of breed, like Cobbs as well. I don't actually know what breed he is, but he has the massive feathers on his legs. Feathers on his legs. I did it again. Feathers on his legs. But yeah, so fingers crossed he gets better. Since then we've kind of just been doing riding videos, to be honest. I'm going to try and upload like other videos to ride in, because I feel like it gets quite boring just having riding videos all the time. The spooky riding videos are actually really funny, because all it is just little Spirit looking at like a puddle, or like, I don't know, something happens. Like, I remember that time where we got stuck and they wouldn't go over this like hollow bit of metal thing over a hole in the road. So my mum had to get off and then lead little Spirit over, and I had to follow on Big Spirit. They can be very chaotic, the rides, a lot of the time. And, you know, we do get like people in cars, you know, going really fast past us, and we're just like, okay. But yeah, so I think I'm going to end today's video off here, actually. If you want to see another video like this, not about like the YouTube channel, but about sort of like us, please comment down in the comment section. Be sure to like today's video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, click the notification bell so that means you get notified every time I post a new video. That's really useful. Thanks for watching today's video, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!